For the past few months, I've been traveling the world competing in diving, and I've just walked away with a medal at the Commonwealth Games. So here's the story of that. So I've been traveling for months. We've been away for a long time. We first left Sydney. I was in Adelaide training. We were in Melbourne, and then we were back in Melbourne for nationals. I then flew home for like 24 hours and we flew straight out to Canada, where we spent a few weeks there. We had competitions and training camps. Then we flew over to Hungary, where we had the World Championships, where I placed top 10 in the world in platform, which for me, I was so happy with, to come back and do better than I did at the Olympics and put myself up there with some of the best divers in the world and just have a really good performance. That made me feel really confident with my diving, especially coming into the Commonwealth Games. Now, first we flew into Edinburgh in Scotland, which was an incredible place. The architecture of the buildings was so insane, but I ended up copping a small injury in my lower back on one of the training sessions and couldn't do my training properly. And then I had to have the next day off because my lower back was that sore. And then when I got back in, I hurt my upper back doing a backflip in the warm-up. I actually have the video of that, which I'll put here. And I was so annoyed because it was like, I really want to train. I need to be out there training because I want to perform well at the Commonwealth Games. I remember sitting back in the hotel and we had an incredible support team. And I remember I hung out a lot with Brittany O'Brien and Nikita Haynes, where we'd go and get food and just like chill, kick back, get like nice coffees. It was just such good fun. And that way, when we got to the pool, we had the sharp mindset because we weren't stressing all day, worrying about it. And it wasn't until we got to the Commonwealth Games where I was able to start diving fully again, because those injuries were just so painful. Then we were training there for nearly 2 weeks. All the sports had nearly finished because diving's right at the end. And we were fortunate enough to be there the whole time because we got to go to the opening ceremony and experience all of that, spend a full few weeks in the village. Then we had the closing ceremony, which we also got to see because we were in there the whole time. So it came around to my first event, which was 3-meter synchro with my man, legend, Shishing. Now, training had been going well. I've been working on my hurdles. Dives weren't perfect, but it was solid. It was good. There was no dives that could create an issue. Things were going pretty well. And I knew what I had to do to perform and get a medal, like I dreamed of. Before we left for the Commonwealth Games, well, before I even made the Commonwealth Games, I just really wanted to make the games. And then I was like, if I make the games, I just want to walk away with a medal. It'd be a dream to walk away with the Commonwealth Games medal. It'd be my first major international medal ever. I'd won FINA medals and Grand Prix medals, but I hadn't won like a World, Olympics or Commonwealth Games medal before. So when we got to comp, I was keeping it super chill, focusing on one dive at a time. And we were up there, first dive, back dive, pretty solid. We then had reverse dive, fairly solid. Then we have one of my favorite dives, my full out. We went up, both of us straight, fairly solid. We had my front 3.5 pike, which is my favorite dive. Shishing's super chill. Like during the comp, Shishing's super chill. He's like extremely experienced. He was staying really calm, collected, which helped me stay super calm and collected. We had our front 3.5 pike, stuck to the plan, bang, both of us nailed it. Happy days. The next dive we had inward 2.5 pike, super steady, went up, 2.5, both of us went down, fairly solid. Now we weren't sitting in medal contention by that dive. We were actually a few points behind in 5th. And I knew that our last dive really had to be a banger. So we were just down there on the comp, you know, chilling before our last dive, and we heard someone hit the board on one of their dives, and we're like, oh, you know, what happened? Now in springboard, anything can happen. In diving, anything can happen. So that's why you just need to focus on what you have right here, right now. And we got up there, Shishing walked over to me and he said, Sam, just, you know, super calm, collected, just a normal double out, just like we've been doing it on training. Double out was our last dive. And he said, you know, we got this, super chill, let's go. We got this. So we got on the board. If we hit this dive, we could win a medal. So I really needed to put my best performance down right here, right now. And he does his count and he just goes, ready, go. And we walk to the end, I did my hurdle, grabbed my legs, 2 twists, come out, look for the water, grab my hands, and it was fairly solid. And we came up, and I was so happy. I walked over to Xixing, I was like, yeah. We saw the replay on the TV just to our left, and it was a good dive. The scores come up, and we were in medal position, which I was so happy. We then celebrated with our coaches, and we had to wait to see how the other dives went, because you never know, someone can come up, do an even better dive, and beat you out of the medal, or someone could miss a dive and you could move up in the tally. So we just had to wait. So then it came to the end of the comp, the scores came up on the board, and we'd won a Commonwealth Games medal. This was insane. I had my whole team there with me. We had Chava, who was coaching me. We had Andy, who was Xixing's coach. Xixing was happy. Everyone was just there celebrating, having a good time, making the most of the successful, competition that we just had. And it was such a brilliant moment. And especially to do it in front of a crowd of thousands of people. After the Olympics, when we had no one there, it was crazy to have thousands and thousands of people there. Hopefully millions of people watching at home with the Commonwealth Games, and also knowing that I can show people that we can get up there and we can do our best and we can walk away with a medal. And I was really grateful to be diving with Xixing, and hopefully this is just the start of many more medals together. My big dream is to win an Olympic medal, Olympic gold. So we're going to keep chipping away at that, but this was a huge step in the right direction.
And Samuel Fricker.
Yes! Yes. Fricker is on it. Dude, man, fucking well done. Good to see. Congratulations, man. That's great. Get a photo with your mom. Okay.
They put this around our neck with the music playing, and it felt so good. I remember seeing people win these on TV, and now to be out there diving and to have won my own is something I'm really, really happy about. And it's another huge milestone in my diving career, and hopefully one of many more. But my first Commonwealth Games medal in Birmingham. So now it's time to just go celebrate and relax. So we're going to be traveling the world for the next few months. We're going to be hanging out in Birmingham. We're then going over to London. We're going over to Norway with Red Bull, in Oslo for the cliff diving, which is going to be incredible. Then back to London for a few days, over to Paris, see the Eiffel Tower, make the most of it. Then I got to stop into Australia just to do a bit of work, finish off a few little things before we fly out to Hawaii in the US, where we're going to be like climbing mountains, adventuring, swimming, doing all kinds of things. Then over to LA, maybe do some collaborations with some content legends, see what we get up to. Over to Miami, I just want to go all over the US because I've never been there. It's like my dream to go and create content, have fun, and explore the United States. With the boys, of course. Then we're flying over to Portugal. We're going to be traveling all along the coast up to Spain, where we fly out to Singapore, and then eventually, dude, like in October, I think it's like October 14th or 16th, we're going to be flying back to Australia and back on with my normal life, doing all the things that I love to do. And of course, thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it, because without you legends watching and supporting my content, I wouldn't be able to make and do all the things that we do. And it gives me a platform to be able to share my life with you guys. And I'm incredibly humbled that you guys want to follow along, see what we're doing, and stay in touch with my kind of content. So I just want to thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you follow me on all my platforms, you know, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Send me a DM if you have any ideas. And as always, thank you for watching. I really value you, legends, and I'll see you in the next one.